It's a headache for Doug Ford that just isn't going away. Today, his government seemed to have enough of the questions about the Premier's daughter's wedding and controversial stag and doe, and went on the attack instead, making some startling counter-allegations.
This is an opposition that sent somebody to the Premier's daughter's wedding to take a picture of the seating plan. Now, I don't know of any other opposition party that would sink to that level.
You heard that right. Doug Ford's government House leader just accused the NDP of hiring an operative to go to the Premier's daughter's wedding and photograph the seating plan.
No one is buying this. I can tell you that's everywhere.
Of course, the backstory here is that the NDP is accusing the Premier of a breach of ethics, saying he invited developers who are benefiting from the government's decision to expand housing on the Greenbelt. The NDP dismissed the spy photographer claim.
There's desperation right there for you.
But then the government House leader took it even further, accusing Stiles of an anti-Italian bias.
Why doesn't she just come out and say what she really means? If you're an Italian and you're building homes for the people of the province of Ontario, somehow you can't be doing it ethically.
There's nothing too low that this government will stoop to.
As for the photo of the wedding guest list that the NDP found,
that's available on a website, on the wedding website.
The Premier denies any wrongdoing, saying he was simply inviting old family friends. He was cleared by the Integrity Commissioner, but the NDP has formally requested a deeper investigation.
The Premier of this province is not just anyone. He should be held to a higher standard of conduct.
The government maintains opening up the Greenbelt is necessary to meet the critical need for housing. However, a new report prepared for Southern Ontario municipalities by a former Greenbelt Council member concludes there is more than enough available land without building on the Greenbelt.
Once again today, we have yet another study that confirms what the government's own Housing Affordability Task Force has said. And so the government, I think, needs to answer the question, why are they opening the Greenbelt for development so that a handful of wealthy, well-connected land speculators can cash in while the rest of us are going to pay the price for that?
It is quite the storm. However, Conservative insiders believe the Ford government will weather it because they have a healthy majority and they aren't afraid of the opposition, in particular the Liberals, who are still without a leader. And speaking of the Liberal leadership race, MPP Mitzi Hunter today announced she was not going to throw her hat in the ring for it, although she is still considering running for Mayor of Toronto.